Yo, what is up, guys? It is Nick, or the Notorious Fantasy, back again today with another fantasy football video. This should be the second upload of today. The first video is some other type of mock draft. If you want to watch that, you can go back on the channel after you finish this video. So this is a buy or sell 12th round ADP video, which pretty means will I draft or not draft someone at the 12th round average draft position where they are going. Before I start the video, I'd like to ask you guys to please go down below and click that subscribe button. It would really mean a lot. And when you're subscribing, you're making sure that you get all the content and all the videos to help you win your fantasy football championship. That comes from draft selection, what picks to make in the draft that'll help you win, what waiver wire pickups to make, what trades to do, what lineup decisions to make, and I can help you with all of that so that you can win your championship. So let's get into the video. The first pick at the current ADP in the 12th round is the 1201 Dak Prescott quarterback, Dallas Cowboys. Now, if you've been following this channel for a while, you would know that I love picking Dak Prescott late in all of these mock draft videos. I even made a video exclusively about Dak Prescott like 2 months ago, and it was a great video. I talk a lot about why I think Dak is going to be so good, and one of the main reasons is because he has that running upside. He scored 6 touchdowns every one of his first 3 seasons in the NFL. 6 rushing touchdowns. That is not passing. If he only threw 6 passing touchdowns, that'd be pretty bad. But he has that floor of 6 touchdowns. And then what he also does is he still runs the ball and gets yards for running the ball, and he's finished top 12 at the quarterback position every single year he's been in the NFL. So that makes me think that the 12th round is just quite the steal for someone who's finished top 12 every single year in their career. He arguably has better options now with Amari Cooper on the team, and as long as Zeke signs, I am very sure that Dak Prescott is going to finish as a top 12 quarterback, and I'd pretty much love picking him here at the 1201 in every single draft. So at the 1202, we have Devin Singletary, running back, the Buffalo Bills rookie. Now I'm going to buy Devin Singletary. I believe, personally, that LaShawn McCoy is going to get traded. I believe that it's pretty much going to be the Devin Singletary show soon enough. Now, Frank Gore's old as fuck. He may end up getting cut. In my opinion, that may happen. I think that Devin Singletary will eventually emerge. Now, he's not going to emerge week 1, week 2. It may not be till week 10 that you see Devin Singletary really touching the ball a lot. So, if you're drafting him here, you're stashing him. Just like a lot of these guys back here aren't guys you can start necessarily week 1 at the running back position. They're guys that you got to wait a while for, or they're the handcuff. If you want LaShawn McCoy, you better draft Devin Singletary to handcuff him. So, I like Devin Singletary here. At the 1203, we have running back Miami Dolphins, Kalen Ballage, and he is a buy. Now, I'm not necessarily sipping the Kool-Aid on this Kenyon Drake news that has came out recently. I was originally, but now I'm thinking maybe Flores came out, the coach of the Dolphins, and said that he kind of likes to trick people. He likes to run people out of order. So he'll give Kalen Ballage all the first team snaps, but in reality, he won't be the running back one on the team. Very confusing. Quite the smoke screen for my eyes right there by Brian Flores. But I believe that Kalen Ballage will definitely be useful, whether he's the RB1 or the RB2. Will probably likely see the Frank Gore role from last year, and obviously that's not many startable weeks in fantasy. But obviously, this late in the draft, if Kenyon Drake was to go down, Ballage would be great. If Ballage somehow overtakes Kenyon Drake, this is a great 12th round pick. And obviously, like I said, if Kenyon Drake was to somehow get hurt, which you don't hope for injuries, but obviously that could happen. And if you're drafting Kenyon Drake, Kalen Ballage is another guy that I'd obviously target because I want to make sure I lock up that backfield if I'm wasting a 4th round pick, 5th round pick on a guy that I'm not necessarily completely sure about at the moment. You will obviously know a lot more. Today is 8/5 when I'm recording this video, the 5th of August on a Monday. Maybe a couple of weeks from now, you'll definitely know who's the head honcho on that team after preseason. So at the 12:04, we have Golden Tate wide out from the New York JV football Giants. The Giants are fucking terrible. The only piece of the Giants offense you want is Evan Ingram or Saquon Barkley. The whole rest of the team is going to be terrible. Golden Tate could have been great. Could have been great in fantasy. But guess what? He decided to do some type of thing that got him suspended. I think it was performance enhancing drugs. I believe. I don't know which one it was. So I'm not going to just say something random. But I do think Golden Tate would have been useful if given that he didn't get the 4-game suspension. I'm not drafting someone who's on a terrible offense that has a 4-game suspension this late. I don't even like some receivers back here, but I would much rather draft them over Golden Tate. So, At the 12:05, we have Jimmy Guap, Jimmy G Spot, Jimmy Garoppolo, quarterback of the San Francisco 49ers. Now, I made a video about why you shouldn't draft Jimmy Garoppolo. And I kind of am still on the train of I don't really want Jimmy Garoppolo, but I'm going to buy him here because if you waited a super long time, Jimmy Garoppolo could be a solid starter for you. I'd prefer if he was my backup quarterback. If I went with two quarterbacks, I'd prefer if Jimmy Garoppolo was the backup that I could put in certain games where I felt like he was going to flourish. But I think that Jimmy Garoppolo could definitely have a great year this year as long as he doesn't get hurt. He got hurt last year. A lot of people last year were looking at him as a top 12 quarterback option, top 10 guy, top 8 guy. A lot of people, some people had him in the top 5. I know I didn't, obviously, but you guys wouldn't even be able to tell that because I wasn't making videos back then. But Jimmy Garoppolo is a guy that was so targeted and wanted last year that the fact that he's this far down is kind of crazy because the 49ers offense is arguably better. They have Pettis just 2 years into his now 2 years in instead of 1 year in. They've got new rookies, Debo Samuel. They've got some good running backs, and they have one of the greatest tight ends in the game, the second best tight end in the game, in my opinion. George Kittle, a safety net for Jimmy Garoppolo. So I think Jimmy Garoppolo this year could definitely flourish this late in the draft. I'm not necessarily dumping all of my chips on Jimmy Garoppolo, not putting it all in on Jimmy Garoppolo, but I do think that he could be a solid option if you truly wanted to wait super long on quarterback and go Jimmy Garoppolo. I'd prefer Dak Prescott a million times to Jimmy Garoppolo. But if you're fucked and Dak goes, Jimmy Garoppolo is definitely an option that I like. So at the 12:06, we have Paris Campbell, Indianapolis wideout, and he's a sell now. The one thing is, I talked about how Golden Tate is a sell, and I take people around him over Golden Tate. I'd rather take Paris Campbell because I know he's playing week 1. He's going to be in there week 1. But Paris Campbell is on Andrew Luck's team. He's on the Colts. And there's a lot of cooks in that kitchen at the wide receiver position. There's Hilton, and then there's a bunch of other guys that are looking to get targets, Campbell included, Funchess, a bunch of guys, and I think that Paris Campbell may end up not necessarily getting the playing time you think he will. He could be a great best ball option. He could be someone who blows up 3, 4 weeks, scores 20 points. But the rest of the times, you're going to be having regretted putting him in your lineup. And also, with the news that Andrew Luck's calf strain is being pretty bad, he's had the strain since April, I believe. So I'm kind of scared about drafting these Indianapolis receivers. Now, Marlon Mack will move up my board now even more likely because I know they're going to be more likely to run the ball if they can't rely as much on Andrew Luck due to the calf strain. They don't want him getting hit, stuff like that. And we don't know if he's even going to play week 1. He says he will, but a lot of players will tell you they're going to play week 1, and then you don't see him all season. Andrew Luck, someone who's done that before. So, at the 12:07, we have Matt Breida, 49ers running bike at the 12:07. And you guys know that I love Matt Breida because I like taking these 49ers running backs that are going late. I don't want anything to do with Tevin Coleman early. But Matt Breida, reports have came out in training camp that he's all over the field. He's catching passes. He's running the ball. This dude is a glass cannon. He literally will he gets hurt so often that it's crazy, but it doesn't matter because you know what? He gets right back up and fucking keeps playing. I don't know how he does it. He's crazy. He has a lot of heart. And he's a great running back for fantasy this late. A guy who could be the running back 1 on the 49ers. And finding a running back 1 on a team in the 12th round is literally unheard of. So the fact that people aren't really targeting Matt Breida heavily blows my mind. So I like him a lot. Now at the 12:08, we have the Cleveland Browns defense. They are a sell. Like I said, as always, you don't take a defense until the last round or the second to last round. If you go kicker defense, that's fine. You go defense kicker, also fine. I couldn't give less of a fuck which thing you did. So we're gonna just sell them because you don't want to draft the defense highly. At the 12:09, we have Justice Hill, running back of Baltimore Ravens, and he is a buy. Now I don't necessarily think just like Balaj or Singletary. I don't know. Balaj, I think you could actually start every week probably if you're in a deep league, but Justice Hill, I don't think you want to start him at all at the beginning of the season. I think he's not really going to do anything, but Mark Ingram is fucking terrible. It's Mark Ingram, the Gus Bus, and Justice Hill, and one other guy whose name is escaping me at the running back core. It's like there's a bunch of guys back there, and then their quarterback is also a running back, Lamar Jackson. So I think Justice Hill will eventually emerge as that running back 1. They're going to want to get rid of Mark Ingram soon. You don't want this old fucker on your team who's really not that good, in my opinion, in real life football. So I think Justice Hill will eventually emerge, so he's probably worth a 12th round flyer, in my opinion. At the 12-10, we have the Houston Texans defense. And for the same reason we're not drafting the Cleveland Browns defense is why we're selling the Houston defense. You just don't draft the defense this high. And even if you're going to, Jadeveon Clowney still has not signed his contract. So why would you want the Houston Texans defense? They got J.J. Watt. They've got Tyrann Mathieu, I believe. I don't know. I'm not really about to draft a defense this high anyway, so my breakdown doesn't even matter because I'm not going to do that. At the 12-11, we have tight end out of Iowa, T.J. Hawkinson, Detroit Lions tight end. And he is a definite buy. If you waited so long to draft a tight end that you're back here, he's a guy I like to pick now. Rookie tight ends, typically not the best in fantasy, but if someone's going to use the tight end heavily, it's going to be the Lions. The Lions need another option to throw the ball to. And I think that Hawkinson is a big body. He's a big guy. He can catch touchdowns. He played great at Iowa, and I think he's going to play great on the Lions as long as they use him heavily, like I believe they will. A lot of people have him in their top 10. A lot of experts have him in their top 10 of fantasy, and I think definitely if you wait super long, it's worth going for TJ Hawkinson at the 12-11. And at the 12-12, the final pick of the 12th round, we have third leg, Greg Zuerlein. Greg the Leg Zuerlein, Rams kicker, and he's a sell. And anyone who's going to pick a kicker this early, this is just dumb. I've done it before, and it actually does work out sometimes, but I'm not about to draft Greg Zuerlein this high. I just don't believe in drafting a kicker this early. It doesn't seem to really work out, and it typically hinders your depth in fantasy when you go with a kicker this early and not wait till the last round. So thank you guys all for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and if you did end up enjoying, go down below and click that like button, and then while you're down there, click that subscribe button so that you can make sure you get all the videos, make sure that you're winning your league, because I'm going to give you all the tips and tricks to how to win the draft, win during the regular season, win during the playoffs, and kiss that beautiful championship trophy slash belt slash whatever the fuck you're going to get slash the money. You may just be kissing Benjamins at that point after you win. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I love you all. I'll see you guys later in another video today. And if you did miss the video from earlier, it probably is on your screen right now. So have a great goddamn day, guys. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.